the 2014 Tetley's Challenge Cup Final. Please welcome Castleford Tigers and Leeds Rhinos.
The 113th Challenge Cup final is the friendly final. So many friendships and traditions shared by these two clubs, but they also share a desperate desire to lift Rugby League's most glittering prize. So many contrasts as well. Leeds, the third biggest city in England, represented by the Rhinos. Castleford, a town in its shadow, just over 40,000 live there, and most of them are down here to cheer on the Tigers. It's the ultimate big boys city glamour against underdogs today, but Leeds have had their underdogs moments too. So many Wembley heartbreaks, of course. Wembley looks resplendent. Both teams being introduced here to the dignitaries. Leeds first, Brian Barwick, the current chairman of the Rugby Football League, just behind. Paul Caddick, the chairman of Leeds, introducing those players. He grew up as a Castleford fan as a kid, Paul Caddick, but today he's on Leeds' side. Mal Reilly, OBE, our guest of honour, who'll be presenting the trophy. A Wembley hero himself in 1969 when he won the Lance Top Trophy playing for Castleford, but he has coached Leeds, so he's got connections there as well. Richard Silverwood, the standing referee. Daryl Powell here, the coach of Castleford. There's the line of dignitaries, carries on. It was nice to see Jack Fulton, the man who's been very much the saviour of Castleford over the last 20 years. He's not a well man, Jack, but he was brought up by his son Ian in his wheelchair. What a proud day for Jack Fulton, and to continue these contrasts, he was born and raised in Headingley in the shadow of the Leeds ground, but now he's the man. There he is, Jack, who has breathed life into Castleford these last 20 years or so. Every great final needs a great backstory, and this is a final that has many, many fantastic backstories. Is this the Leeds generation that finally ends its curse? What about a Castleford club that a year and a half ago seemed to be going out of business? And what a change that has been wrought by their chief executive Steve Gill and their coach Daryl Powell. Julian Moman, the chief executive of Castleford Tigers, the sponsors today in that line of dignitaries as well. This is the moment they'll be feeling it more than any. Only 2 Challenge Cup finals between them. That Castleford 17. It's a matter of 44 combined cup finals in the Leeds 17. National anthem now, which will be sung again by Victoria Gray. Today, there is a touch of Lancashire here today. The music provided by the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, brackets Lancashire, close brackets, and I think that might be the last mention of that particular county this afternoon, because it is a Yorkshire day here, and then especially a West Yorkshire day. Brian McDermott, the coach of the Leeds Rhinos, coached them here in 2011 and 2012. Didn't manage a win on either of those two occasions, of course. Castleford, Craig Hubie plays, despite the dislocated elbow he suffered only 2 weeks ago. Justin Carney, the giant on the wing, was suspended for the quarters and the semis, so boy does he owe his team a performance today. And on the bench, Jamie Ellis gets the nod ahead of Adam Milner. We've known this team, this 17, for a few days. Leeds named their team last Monday, so no surprises. Joel Moon, the only man in the starting 13 not to have played at Wembley before. Paul Ayton and Liam Sutcliffe on the bench are also Wembley virgins today. The referee is Phil Bentham, a third final for him. He was in charge when Leeds lost against Wigan in 2011, and he was in charge last year as well when Wigan beat Hull. Darrell Clarke is a man on a mission today. We saw what a special character he was in the semis, but we've seen for many years what a special character he is. Rob Burrow, two little men in the middle, relatively speaking, who could make such a big difference to the outcome today. Kirk Dixon is going to get us underway for Castleford. Whatever happens today, we've got a terrific story. Either Leeds have finally found their golden fleece, a Wembley win after so many heartaches, or Castleford, a club on the brink of extinction only 18 months ago, write an incredible final chapter to their recent fairy tale rise, and we already know it is going to be physical.
It's going to be really physical early, Dave. Luluai and Peacock given the charge of first hit out. Well, they were met with some force there, weren't they, by the Castleford defence?
Yeah, really looking forward to this. You know, it's two very good football insides, very creative with talented players in key positions. You know, discipline will be very, very crucial. But again, the two hookers, what a battle that's going to be.
Sinfield under pressure with a kick away, which made it easier for Dawn to take on the full, and has rung it back to this 40-metre mark. So a first touch off the ball here for the Castleford players. Leeds have already had a chance to run those nerves a little away. Here's Sneed inside Leeds territory, picked up by Clarke from dummy half. It's going to be taken on by Oliver Holmes, 22 years of age. Clarke again, waits there, he's only 21. It's a pass by Hubie, all eyes on him, quick hands to that right-hand side. Dixon doing well in the end to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, he did extremely well at Dixon, but they were just a little bit flat there.
Six tackle, they're under pressure here. Well, the kick away, I think, was from Lynch in the end, wasn't it?
It wasn't a bad effort, was it, from a made-up front row kicker there. Just a little bit disorganised on the last couple of plays of that first set for Castleford, but early show that they want to go to the fringes as much as they possibly can as well.
They both play the game, in inverted commas, the right way, don't they, these two sides? They do like to use the ball. It's not just going to be a down-the-middle fest today.
There's a tackle by Hubie, I think, as Brian said in pre-match, he was absolutely crucial, because in the semi-final, they started so well going forward, and when he went off, they did slow down a lot, which took the effectiveness away from Darrell Clarke, so he's going to be crucial today.
Here's Burrow at dummy half, six tackle again. Maguire's got a bit of time to launch this high, and a careful collect by Justin Carney, who is a man monster, by the way. His calves are bigger than most people's waists.
He's a big boy. That's something just for our viewers. You can't underestimate what he does without it. But Tom Briscoe's not small himself, and has shown his prowess right throughout the year. He's an early error here from Lynch, I believe.
That's the mistake Leeds were looking for. First tagging opportunity.
Here's Kylie Luluai setting up position for Leeds, 20 yards away from where they want to be. Burrow looking to Delaney. Sets a new record today, Brett Delaney. No Australian has played in a Challenge Cup final more than he. His fourth Challenge Cup final today. Sinfield with a flat pass to Peacock. Peacock held up, you can see how close they are, 8 yards away. This is Maguire on that left-hand side with a little dummy. And a glide of the hips.
Over the line, mate. Tackle 4 back there.
Held up over the line, so they've got to go back 10 metres to play this ball.
That is good play by Luke Dawn there. He tackled him and then pulled him over the try line.
Go.
Burrow, here's Hardacre. This is Ablett. Castleford's defence hanging on here. Built up a reputation for the way they play with the ball in hand, Castleford, this season, but they can defend on their own line too. Here goes Maguire with a grubber kick. It's got a little scruffy, it's gone to ground. It's Castleford. Oh no, it's Leeds who come up with possession. Another set of 6 as well.
Big set now.
Here's Peacock.
Move! Liam, second effort.
This is Burrow. Back to the middle again. Sinfield, short and flat. Jones Buchanan.
2, okay, Craig.
This will be draining
2.
the defensive energy of Castleford here. Leeds keeping up the pressure. Sinfield looking wide though. Hardacre, quick hands. Callum Watkins out to Briscoe! And Tom Briscoe is over. 4 minutes played at Wembley Stadium. And Briscoe, who suffered the heartbreak with Hull last year, is the first try scorer this. And Leeds have the early lead.
That's a great start by Leeds. You know, they forced the error, had a lot of patience. Very lucky maybe to get the repeat settlement, you know, like a scruffy kick, but you've got to make the most of those lucky breaks. They're working on the outside. Here's the kick. It's played out by Clark, regathered. This is it. Ball comes out. Very simple. I think, unfortunately, it's young Mark Sneyd has jumped out of the line. Watch him, number 7. He jumps out of the line. It's very difficult for Carney. He's got to go in as well then, and it's just a simple play for Leeds to get over.
Well, it's a good finish, and Mark Sneyd takes a punt. He wants to close his play down because they feel threatened by numbers. Perhaps the wrong decision in the end, because he didn't quite close the play, which opened it up on the outside for Callum Watkins to release young Briscoe.
Kevin Sinfield then with a chance to add the 2 here. Of all the players who have longevity in this Leeds side, Kevin Sinfield has the greatest longevity. Debut in 1997. Played in the early rounds of the 99 Cup final campaign, but not in the final. Here he comes with that sweeping right boot, and he has found the target impeccably.
That's a great kick. That is a great kick. Here we go.
Here's the score again. Mark Sneyd takes a punt that he can close the play down, which just gives Callum Watkins enough space on the outside to give Tom Briscoe pretty much a free run in.
I think, you know, for all the viewers back home, if one guy runs in, everyone has to run in. It's a lot harder then to create the overlap out wide, and if they beat you, it's good play. One can't run up and one can't stay out. There's a natural opening there then.
He's had his Wembley heartbreakers, Briscoe, of the years. But it's started so far so good for him today. Here's Ablett. Castleford are wearing on their wrists bands which says 1986 or just simply 86, invoking the spirit of the Cas team that won at Wembley that year, and they wear white today, as the Castleford teams that won in 69 and 70 wore white as well. So they have dug deep in tradition and history this last week to try and recreate that kind of winning story here today. Leeds have had their tricks as well, and they are certainly starting the more efficient here.
So they're showing a lot of composure, Leeds. You know, they've been there before. Yes, you know, they've missed out, but there's an air of confidence about them at the moment, and they're just doing everything correctly. They've created overlaps, one for the try, then on the short side, the other side, and a lovely kick to complete the set.
Yeah, they're definitely here to play, aren't they? Their method and the way they're going about their job today shows that they're prepared to kick the ball to sidelines, be at the right parts of the field. They're here to get the job done, aren't they?
That is it.
To trot out those figures again, Leeds between them, the 17 today, 44 cup finals between them, and only 2 Challenge Cup winners' medals. 42 losing Challenge Cup medals between this Leeds 17 today. The 2 winners, Jamie Peacock, both with Bradford, and Castleford, just 2 cup finals in their experience locker, and both of those were losses. Andy Lynch last year with Hull, and Wella Haraki with Leeds 3 years ago.
Good line speed from Leeds, targeting the big ball carriers as well. Carney is nailed.
trying to create a few bludgeoned holes in the Leeds defence on this near side. Daryl Clark is off and running here. We saw in the semi-final how quickly he got into his game. He's not been allowed to so far in this game. They've got a penalty here though, Castleford.
They needed that because Leeds were being very vigorous and aggressive in their defence, and we saw some pictures that John Wilkins showed about Clark, you know, in the pre-match build-up, and Leeds are not going to allow him to have that much freedom. It's going to boil down to when somebody's a little bit tired or somebody's a bit fatigued that he'll be able to show his prowess.
Yeah, by controlling the tackle area, they're controlling Daryl Clark as well. And that run, it wasn't really on for him. He got the penalty, but there wasn't anywhere for him to go.
It's Clark on the Tetley side, and here he comes with a return pass. It's taken on by Andy Lynch. Castleford have possession for the first time in the game. Hubie. Here's Massive. Clark again. Hubie again. How much will that elbow injury play a part in his game today? It's a step that has taken them closer.
Very good run by Webster there.
The drive is by Lynch, and Castleford are edging closer here. This is Clark out to Finn, and Finn to Webster, who's trying to get the arms free but can't quite. So 5 tackles gone, and here comes the last. Switch back to Finn. Finn with a dab kick to the in-goal area. Sinfield gets a boot to it, but it's just enough.
Great result for Castleford. Good kick from Finn. Created the pressure. Sinfield no option to boot this dead. Great weight on the kick. He had to play at that.
Yeah, had to play. I think he was aiming for the post actually. Just misses the post, and that's what Sinfield had his eye on. He's looking for the deflection off the post of going to keep the ball in play.
Liam Finn this time last year was a part-time player with Featherstone, a full-time electrician. Watching the game at home, 12 months on, he's the star of the show, or at least one of the stars of the show.
Move!
Here's Clark. This is Lynch.
Second, release, back up! Oh.
25 metres out here, Castleford. A repeat set, a chance. Webster running away from Burrow, looking to use Dixon as a foil.
Third, release!
This is Dixon, 3 tackles to go. Finn. Lynch. Spinning it back to Sneed. Across the line it goes to Dawn. Dawn with a dummy! Well responded by Danny Maguire. It's a very quick play, the ball. Too quick from the referee's liking. And although they're up celebrating a Carney try here, the Castleford players, it's a penalty for Castleford. Could it not have been an advantage?
Play on. Play on. Play on.
Well, he's saying the play of the ball he wasn't facing the correct way, so
Jamie!
one of those calls.
Here comes Clark. Still a chance here for Castleford. Sneed.
Second, release!
This is Clark again. Massey to his immediate right, who collects and doubles, and look how quick that's read by the Leeds line. Watkins and Lulaya out quickly. Clark sensed an opportunity, but Watkins is quick to respond.
That's good play by Callum Watkins. Just spotted the danger. Neil Clark.
Here's Holmes. Sneed. Little step again here, but the Leeds line is out quickly. Massey throws the dummy, and Peacock closes up what looked to be a bit of a hole. 6 tackles. Sneed with a kick back on the inside, taken by Clark, who spins away from Hardacre. Is there a question of the grounding here? Yes, there is. Did Daryl Clark actually manage to ground the ball? Phil Bentham is offering this upstairs. So let's hear for the first time in this 2014 Tetley's Challenge Cup final from our video referee, Ben Thaler.
OK, right, we're looking for this obviously being maybe scored from a kick that the onside. So if we can just look for the onside first of all, please, to make sure all the Castleford players, certainly the one that gets involved, are onside. And on that they are. So if you can now jog on, I'm happy they're all onside. It's picked up cleanly, so it's now grounding. So if I can just have a closer angle on the grounding, please. Still got the ball in his hands, it's no problem there. The ball is on the ground there, that's a try.
Half the population of Castleford has just acclaimed that try, even before it was confirmed. They saw what Ben Thaler saw. The try is given and Castleford have their response.
Well, this is really smart play from Clark and Sneed, the kicker of the ball, because they've been building pressure for a while, this Castleford team, and they come up with the spoils on the back of it, a bit of patience themselves. Remember the kick, the break that Leeds got. Both teams now, 2 or 3 sets at that end of the field, have come up with a result.
Very clever play. It must have been very good communication.
So Mark Sneed, his goal kicking has caught the eye this year. Not least because of the kicking style, of course. A little bit of a round at the corner manoeuvre from Mark Sneed. For a glance over his right shoulder, just to make sure the sticks are still there. They are, nobody's stolen them. Well, he's turned his back on them, and then he left-footed, he hooks it wide, Well, his kicking success rate this year has been phenomenal, but maybe a bit of Wembley nerves playing its part there.
Leeds Rhinos 6.
There's got to be communication here. He passes, that's where the gap is. The bounce again has favoured Castleford. Zach Hardacre there is in the right position. The bounce just favours Cass, and they take the opportunity.
So the restart, Castleford get possession back again. That's a good take by Dixon as well, because it was a difficult angle ball, that wasn't
Well,
it?
it was dipping as well, wasn't it? Right in front of him. He did well to catch that one.
Going back to the conversion, you've got, when you're playing against someone of the calibre of Kevin Sinfield, those conversions are crucial. You know he's not going to miss many, and you've got to nail them. You know, when you're playing against people like Fran Obotica, for example, you knew you had to score the conversion because he wasn't going to miss much.
Castleford on the back of some scruffy ball, looking to create something here. Let's hear from the touchline. Robbie Hunter-Paul is down there. Robbie, what are you saying?
Well, one of the fears for Castleford coming into this game, they'll be overwhelmed by the occasion. Now, Leeds come out in typical Leeds fashion. Early try, stranglehold, really get into the game. But Cass don't seem to have been phased. They're able to walk the way down into the Leeds half, back-to-back sets, and turn it into points. They really seem that they're up for this. They're up for this game. They're not being phased by this massive occasion.
Here's Briscoe. The other winger, Ryan Hall, is getting in on the act as well, just alleviating a bit of the work rate for the bigger forwards in the middle.
Yeah, it's good play by the Leeds back. 2 good yardage, giving the forwards a little bit of breathing space, organise themselves.
Here's Burrow. Jamie Peacock to his left-hand side. He and Luluai today in the running for the Leinster Trophy would be the oldest ever winners if either of those was to pick up that individual prize as man of the match. Dawn in a bit of a cul-de-sac created by that Leeds chase.
I'm quite surprised they haven't put the high kick up there, the corner there. The sun is in Luke Dawn's eyes, just whack it up in the air.
Well, I think Leeds are on a mission, Jiffy, just to be at that end of the field. We saw with the kick to the sideline and the short infield kick on the ground that they're really going to back their defence of keeping Castleford in this part of the field.
Here comes Shenton, running into trouble in terms of those 3 Leeds defenders. Oliver Holmes out from dummy half, and Andy Lynch now will take it on again. And Clark stands away to dummy half. Leeds fans filling the Wembley air with their Rhinos chant at the moment. Kick is a little awkward, but taken safely by Ryan Hall, and runs it back, and the Castleford line is waiting for him. And down he goes, 35 metres away from his own line.
Well, that's a freight train coming at you. He's a big boy, and he's mentioned again in pre-match how important he is to this Leeds team. But you look what Briscoe's doing here. The last 7 or 8 carries we've seen Hall, Hardacre and Briscoe, and now this fellow Watkins. They've got speed and they've got power, and they're trundling this Leeds team forward.
Burrows quickly up there at dummy half. Sinfield throws it back. It's Maguire across to Hardacre, and here's Ablett, and now Joel Moon, who can deliver a pass out of nothing. There's one of them. Ryan Hall was there, waiting and expecting, but so too were those Castleford defenders. Back to the middle they go. Maguire.
Well read, Hubie. Saw Bailey coming on the drop-off, absolutely nailed him.
Here's Burrow, 6 tackle. Little dart out dummy half, puts a high one up next to Luke Dawn. Have to think about this one. And Dawn has missed it! Maguire has picked his pockets in mid-air. Danny Maguire with a sensational take and a sensational try.
Well, I said it on the previous play by Sinfield. Put the ball in the air, into the sunshine, and challenge. Put Luke Dawn under pressure. That's exactly what happened, and it's resulted in a try by this guy, Maguire.
Rob Burrow with the kick, and it's up in the eyes of Luke Dawn, and it's a great leap for Maguire, because what Jiffy's saying to all our viewers at home is it's a competition. When you put the ball in the air, you have a chance of out-jumping Luke Dawn. He's got a standing jump. Danny Maguire has a running jump and just out-jumps him.
He's uncertain. Look, he doesn't get off the ground whatsoever, Luke Dawn. You cannot afford to do that. The uncertainty of the sun in his eyes, you know, he didn't get off the ground, and that was an absolutely easy take for Danny Maguire. He was always going to win that battle in the air, running at him.
Danny Maguire's had a good start to this game, eye-catching there, but he's been at the heart of a lot of good things for Leeds so far, hasn't he?
He's certainly got the pedigree, hasn't he? He's, you know, Super League's leading try scorer, so he knows how to sniff a try out, he knows how to jump, and he could be influential. He had a massive game in the semi-final, I think, against Warrington. You know, he's very close to a man-of-match performance then.
And when Brian Noble says he's Super League's leading try scorer, he doesn't just mean this season. It's in the entire history of Super League, isn't it? Danny Maguire. Nobody has scored more tries in the summer era than he has.
How many tries you got, Dave?
But I thought I'm going to leave that one for you, Jeff. Here comes Kevin Sinfield with the kick to add another one. His kicking has been impeccable so far today, 2 out of 2.
And that's why, look, you know, Mark Snade's miss now is even, you know, greater. As I said, just put the ball in the air, compete for it, challenge for it, and that's a great jump by Danny Maguire. Only one winner there.
Kevin Sinfield. It's Castleford Tigers 4.
So Castleford playing catch-up again here. They provided one great response with the Daryl Clark try, but they can't let Leeds get too far ahead of them in this game, can they?
Second, release. Square over. Sit.
Bailey with a quick play the ball. It's Burrow who runs out from dummy half. It's Moon who's offering his support there.
Move, Jake.
Again, very good yardage. 38 metres, 2 tackles.
Move, Liam.
And it's mistake-free, isn't it, Brian? As Brian said, in their own half, it is up the jumper, run from acting halfback, or one pass. Very limited, but very successful at the moment. Good field position, good kick.
Burrow working that blind side for the kick to touch. And just pings it out of play, so Cass will get the ball back here, but only 10 metres from their own line with a scrum, and will be faced with another big task to get it downfield.
They're just knocking the nails in, aren't they? You know, you look at Sinfield's kicks, it adds pressure to Castleford the more and more the Eka way. You look at these sideline kicks, gives the Leeds the juice to walk to a scrum and really concentrate on trying to keep Castleford at this end of the field, where they're less dangerous, you have to see, than the other end of the field, which sounds obvious. But the vigour in the defence that they're showing Leeds at the moment, as we saw there, is exemplary.
Spinning it away. Interesting that Carney's been taking it in that left second rower's position more often than not, hasn't he? Standing 2 men in for Cass when the ball is worked his way. There's an extra bludgeon. Missed the semi-final, the quarter-final, of course, because of suspension. Doesn't know his own strength at times. That's what he claims. What's going on here? It's simply lost. Ryan Bailey aggravating the situation by tapping Daryl Clark on the head.
And again, you know, because they're controlling the tackle, just watch. There's no one on the ground. Is there a ball hand in there? It's very difficult. I think there is. Very unlucky decision for Cass. But again, the previous play the ball, he took the ball. I don't think he should have gone. You know, there's no one on the ground. His speciality is spotting, as John said before the game. When there's someone on the ground or someone walking back slowly, then he goes.
Here's Hardacre in the line. So 5 tackles to go here for Leeds, and they're only 30 yards away, looking to build on what is already an authoritative start to this game. by them.
Nathan.
Burrow,
Hold.
time to saunter up there in the sunshine and have a look to his right and his left, and he's given it to Peacock, who takes it in hard and firm, and
Release. Nathan,
defenders
wait for it.
clambering all over him
Goal 3.
to keep his progress limited. Maguire, back to Sinfield. Dummy by Hardacre, pushing off Shenton. Shenton's back for more, along with Oliver Holmes.
Hold. Wait. Goal 4.
It's Briscoe. Delaney to Maguire, who dummies, and they're looking to get the numbers again here. Joel Moon attracting Webster, puts it back for Ryan Hall. It's still alive here, it's not backwards. Leeds losing ground, but keeping the ball, and eventually
Touch the Casper.
the referee deciding on the instruction from Joe Cobb, the
Knock on, boys.
touch judge on the far side, that was a Leeds knock-on, and it is Castleford's head and feet here.
And a good test of the Castleford defence there, and they held up to it, didn't they? Got a couple of shift players in both. Joel Moon has a crack
Who
here.
wants the 20, lads?
He's adjudicating that Joel Moon probably came off a Castleford player, having gone forward with the knock-on.
And Joe Cobb, touch judge today.
Heads in, boys.
Looks about 12.
Robert Hicks is on the other side.
Okay. Out.
Phil Bentham, the man in the middle.
They need to complete this set now. No mistakes, Castleford. They put themselves under pressure
Go.
by knock-ons, field position. Good set, good kick.
Release.
Put the pressure on Leeds.
Goal 2.
Played a lot of the game inside their own half, Castleford, so far. Exactly what Leeds want them to do. Darryl Powell, who played for Leeds the last time they won in the Challenge Cup in 1999. His assistant Ryan Sheridan was on the Leeds side that day as well. It's another of these threads that runs between the two sides. So many interlinks. There's Jewett, who's on from the bench. Here's Sneed with a kick.
10 boys.
Betwixt and between Hall and Hardacre. It's a good kick, right on that goal line. Chase is decent too. Sneed, no, can't keep a hold of Hardacre, and Hardacre steals not just another couple of yards, he'll take it all the way to and beyond the halfway line. It needed a tackle there, didn't it?
It's been dangerous here now.
Burrow scampering, ball in both hands. Leeds are already back deep inside Castleford territory. And early in the count, Sinfield, Maguire, Ablett. Liam Finn does the job.
Liam. I went.
Sinfield again, working that left-hand side. Maguire. This is Moon. Peacock. Might have been thinking about the return of the pass, but those two Castleford defenders upended him. Burrow. Sinfield inside.
Good truck in there. That's a very good tackle. It's very difficult to see who that
Jones Buchanan is the man who's gone down. Here comes the six, or he's hurt here, Jamie Jones Buchanan. Burrow puts it left, Maguire puts it out to Hall, and Hall with all his strength is over to score. Wow, did that take some finishing? That was all power and determination from Ryan Hall, like a steamroller. He ran over that Castleford defence for a third Leeds try.
Well, that is simply, being out-muscled. If you don't put him in the ground, there's always a danger of this happening, because he is one powerful winger. We've mentioned Carney. This is the mistake, though, that gives him field position. Cannot miss that tackle.
You've got to make your kick-chase tackles. It was a brilliant kick from Sneed. He got down there with Clark, and Hardacre's so strong, he pushes through and puts Leeds on the front foot. And this is the last play option. 1-on-1 Ryan Hall with Dixon, and he was just too big, too strong.
Yeah, he gets his body position wrong here. Look, he goes high, and then all of a sudden he's underneath him, and it's a leg drive, and he scores. Very difficult to pick a standout player for Leeds at the moment, because it's been such a tremendous team effort. They've all kind of stuck in, they've all done their job, and they've been so clinical. They just haven't allowed Cass into the game yet. A couple of mistakes, only 2 by Cass, but they've been punished.
Kevin Sinfield has already proven himself very adept at kicking goals from touchlines, but not that touchline, not this time. He's put it wide. But it is still a more and healthy Leeds lead at 16 points to 4.
So what do you do here, Dave? He's got the jump on you, he's got his hand under your chin, he's pushing you backward at a fast rate of knots. That's a freight train, and that's a runaway freight train.
Having been in that position on numerous occasions against people like Tuga Marler, Kevin Iro, Richie Blackmore, Mal Meninga, you just go to ground as quickly as you can and hopefully drag them with you.
Here comes Peacock with a drive back.
Move, Daniel! And hold. Go one. Let's move on the call. Second. Release. Hold. Go two. Okay, well and out. Third. Move. Go. Three.
Here, Leeds looking to build on that left-hand side again. It's been a really dominant performance by them, hasn't it? You know, all the talk in the build-up about, is this the Leeds team that ends the nightmare 6 Challenge Cup defeats in the 21st century? Well, the sign so far is that there is an absolute nailed-on determination about this one today.
They've got a system about themselves. That's the 5th time they've kicked down that left-hand side and restricting Castleford. And you've got to look at their kick chase and what they're doing. This is an efficient process that they're going through. They're defending really, really well at this end of the field. And the only time Castleford have managed to get to the other end was on the back of a penalty. I think it's the old philosophy from Brian McDermott. They're not dangerous at their end of the field.
There's confirmation statistically. Possession and territory in this first half.
They're just doing everything right, you know. They're not chasing the game. They're not looking for the dangerous pass.
Play on, he's touched it.
Cats have got to dig deep here, haven't they? They've got to hold on here, haven't they?
Well, they've got to establish, they've got to get their kick chase game right. You know, they've got to start restricting what Leeds are doing, because Leeds are having it all their own way at the moment. But you have to say, with people like Holdaway's carrying the ball, Hardacre's carrying the ball well, Briscoe's carrying the ball, they're getting a better start to their sets, and this bloke on the back of it is being able to run out of dummy half.
Well, they're okay.
Played each other a couple of times this season. Leeds with a narrow win at Castleford, and when they played each other at Headingley a couple of months ago, it was a draw, 24 apiece. People saying it was the game of the season, that as well. Jones Buchanan's tackle on the 5th, so here comes the last. Burrow's going to go down that blind side again. This time he's not going to find touch. It will instead be a tap on the 20, and a little wave of apology from Rob Burrow there.
Yeah, because he's kicked the ball dead and given him a free 20 metres, and Castleford probably need that, but we're seeing now that there's absolutely a method. The part of their game plan has been to drill the ball down that left-hand side and maybe employ Dixon and Dawn bringing the ball back rather than Carney on the other side of the field.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, this is good from Jewett, breaking the tackle, gaining an extra 10 metres or so on the back of that. Leeds have got a bit of flash and fire to throw it at Leeds. Castleford have. It's taken in by Lynch. Ellis twists away from Peacock. And here's Clark at dummy half. So they've got a couple of likely lads now, haven't they, in the middle, with Ellis on the field alongside Clark. The high one for Hardacre underneath it. Where's the chase?
Well, again,
no one putting any pressure on.
No communication there. It wasn't on the last tackle, and Luke Dawn is there kicking it. So again, lack of communication and not completing their sets.
Here's Briscoe running out of dummy half again.
And just watch, as Hardacre one, run Briscoe the next one. Watch who goes next. There he is.
Ryan Hall, the other winger, making some very valuable yards here.
And the danger you have as well is if they break, they can go the length.
Maguire. Rob Burrow across to this right-hand side. Watkins keeps it alive, back for Burrow. Burrow ducking and darting. None of his mates around him, just the enemies in the white shirts. Carney thinks he's stolen this. Referee says, no, you haven't.
I thought he stole that ball then.
And he did.
Peacock. So the 6th tackle coming up here. It'll be a kick from Sinfield, who again is just looking for touch, just looking to be very efficient, very clinical. And let's hear from Tanya Arnold on the touchline. Tanya.
Yeah, I've got Leeds Rhinos, Chris Clarkson with me. Chris, the team very definitely playing to a game plan here.
Yeah, we are, yeah. I think we need to start fast, and that's what we have done. And obviously it showed on the scoreboard, but obviously there's a long way to go yet, and we need to keep playing as we are. And the backfield are doing a great job taking the ball back and making meters.
And how key is the defence that's been so solid all season?
Yeah, the defence obviously it's massive. Getting up there fast and putting their players under pressure, and it's working so far. So hopefully we can keep that up.
Nervous watching?
Yeah, very nervous.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Castleford looking for ground again here. Looking to get themselves in the game, really, aren't they? And there's Clark looking to get himself in the game.
Well, there's one guy defended on the ground, there he went, but you know they're marshalling him very well.
Oliver Holmes, Michael Shenton, a dummy half here. He's going to have a little search, trying to make things go forward. 8 minutes to half-time. Kick downfield by Jamie Ellis. It's blocked away by Ryan Hall. Damien Johnson, what news from the Castleford bench?
Well, it's noticeable how much water the interchange players are taking on board. It's deceptively hot down here at pitch level, well into the 20s. Castleford are defending at the sunny side of the ground, and I wonder how much that defensive effort will take out of them.
Here's Watkins. Oh, there he goes, Carney. That's the kind of thing he was suspended for. That spear tackle, and the legs went high, so it has to be a penalty.
Just a penalty.
And let's hear what the ref has to say.
Take care, eh? Take care, go on.
Take care. And what Justin Carney has said in his defence is he doesn't realise his own strength, that he picks these players up, and it's so easy to pick them up, but that's what's letting him down. But he should be more careful, shouldn't he?
Oh, boys.
Yeah, if he does it again, he's off.
Here's Delaney.
He has to be careful.
First, move Oliver. Oh, boys.
Rob Burrow, a dummy half. 5 tackles to go here. Peacock now driving it forward.
Second, move Lee.
There are little glance around, right and left. Here he comes. This is Sinfield. Now Maguire. Maguire with a short one for Ablett.
Release.
5 away from that Castleford line, and Leeds are lining themselves up again here down this blind side. Maguire with a double pump and the dummy, and tries to go himself. Castleford are hanging on here. Hanging on in this set, hanging on in this game. Rob Burrow trying to live up to his name and burrow his way over, but he's going to be held up. That's the 5th tackle. They'll play it back 10 metres away. And what now will be the final tackle in this set.
On 5, go!
Burrow plays it. Jones Buchanan skips it left. Here comes Maguire to dive it into that in-goal area, but it's collected by Darryl Clark, and Castleford breathe a huge sigh of relief.
They do, because all the little things are going Leeds' way because of the way they're playing, the efficiency with which they're playing with. You know, we saw the ricochets are going their way, and Cass have to hang on in here and get themselves to the right end of the field, but that's proving difficult because on the back of... Oh, and they've knocked on here again.
It's another mistake by Castleford. The ball's gone to ground. Leeds get the head and feed, and another set of 6 for them to hammer this Castleford line.
I just think they're winning, you know, the tackle area. You know, even when there's contact made, they're just getting beyond that tackle. They're always on the front foot. They're always in control of the tackle, the quick play of the ball. And they're, you know, we thought it was a good first half performance in the semi-final with Leeds. Warrington made a lot of errors. Castleford haven't made a lot of errors. It's been very solid, very clinical performance by Leeds. And Cass have just got to hang on in now and come out fresh in the second half.
Here comes Sinfield moving it wide. Briscoe now joining in. Just 2 scores in it at the minute, but there is a big gap in performance between these 2 sides so far. This is Burrow. Peacock. Surging and urged by the big fella. Burrow at dummy half again and scampers away and puts it onto Sinfield, who tries again to go himself, having used Jones Buchanan as the foil this time. Burrow stands and waits, and a little jiggle of the hips by him, but Castleford's defence was ready for that. 5 gone. Here comes the last. Can Leeds get another repeat here? Left to Moon. Moon with a kick to the in-goal area. That's going to be chased hard, but just bounces out of play.
Well done, Cass.
And it will be a tap back.
Well done, Cass, because they needed to defend that set. Absolutely, because we're getting 5 minutes walk to half-time, and there's a pivotal moment in the game there, I feel.
Cats haven't played badly, they just haven't been allowed to play by Leeds. They've controlled everything in the first 35 minutes. A brilliant performance.
So how do you change that? How do you, if you're Cass now, how do you change the pattern of this game?
The one thing you've got to just get over, I think, first and foremost, they've got it like that run by Ubi. Just get on, quick play the ball, and get your generals into the game. The half-backs have been very quiet so far, Cass. They've got to come into the game.
Here's Webster.
This is a better exit set by them. Need to find a little bit of a quick play of the ball now, and a kick maybe with a bit of competition to cause some doubt in the Leeds defence.
Jewett puts it back, and here they come through Dawn, who puts it back to Shenton, and Shenton trying to find his feet here, but Sinfield denied him the opportunity. Sixth tackle coming up, but it's gone blind. Ellis with a kick, comes off a Leeds player. Oh, it's back to one, but it's been thrown away.
Oh, that was unlucky by Luke Dawn. He didn't hear the referee's call. He thought it was a last tackle and threw the ball to a Leeds player. I think also they've got to get Luke Dawn into this game. He is amazing pace, and he is going to question any defence.
Sinfield. Here's Hardacre. Liam Finn, he's past him. He's going wider still. Reinhall's out there. Dixon's bumped off. Finn's come back in for a second attempt. He's bumped off. Hardacre's still going. His inserts into this game, Hardacre, have been very effective so far. This is Peacock now. 10 metres inside that Castleford half again. It's just relentless at the moment, isn't it? Relentless from Leeds. But Castleford are still in the game. Just. This is Hall.
5, okay, Liam. Go.
Burrow down the blind side, and again, there we see it again. There's the kick again. It just finds touch. Castleford's head and feet again, but they'll have to bring it clear again. And Leeds continue to turn the screw. It hit the Castleford player, but the ball hit the man rather than the man hitting the ball, so that's why it's still in Castleford's favour.
Interesting decision to see what's happened with Mark Sneyd. You know, was he taken off because he was injured, or because for me, maybe the occasion has got to him? It'd be interesting to see what either Tanya or Damien, if they can ask that question. Very interesting for me, whether it's a tactical decision or an injury.
They've been very relaxed in the build-up to this game, Castleford. Quite a few of their players are here today playing this afternoon. We're in the local coffee shop in the shadows of Wembley, 5 hours before kick-off, having a cup of coffee with the fans. It's a remarkably relaxed build-up they've had, given their lack of Wembley experience, but it is not being delivered into a cup final performance so far.
But there are signs of a pulse here. These last 5 minutes, they've gone forward a little bit more effectively, and Finn there closed down by Leeds. It's a reflection of what Leeds are doing defensive, so they may need to be patient, this Castleford team.
Here's Dawn.
I think it is as well, the white jersey, didn't drink too much flat white, did they?
Kicked away by Ellis. Is that going to hold up in the in-goal area? I don't think it is. No, it's not. It's going to be attacked back on the 20 with 45 seconds left to play in this first half.
Wait.
It's either the coffee or the Leeds defence that's clogged up their system, because they need to get to this part of the field with the ball, and we will see their prowess. They've got enough in their tank.
The first try was, I think, a defensive error, but the other two, the kick. They just haven't been allowed to play, unfortunately. We know they can play, and Cass are still in this game.
Here's Jones Buchanan, searching down that left-hand side.
Hold, Frankie.
This might be the last play of the half here, as Ablett bustling forward, and will he get to his feet and get another one going before the hooter sounds? He will, just. So this is it. Burrow down that left-hand side. Maguire flying onto it as well, desperately trying to get the ball away, can't do so. The tackle is a good one, but the first half performance from Leeds has been a very good one. They have bossed this game. The scoreboard reflecting of how well they've managed the half, leading by 16 points to 4 against Castleford. It's going to take a big turnaround here, isn't it? Not just only on the scoreboard, but in terms of the way the pattern of this game has gone. so far. Leeds really have been impressive, the way they played this game and the way they bossed this game. All their big game experience, all those 44 cup finals in the bag, very much being brought to bear here. Talking about childhood memories of Wembley, Kevin Sinfield played in one of those warm-up games back in 1992. He played for Oldham Boys, the year that Castleford were last at Wembley, when they were beaten by Wigan. Castleford desperately hoping that they can turn this round here in this second half. They've got 40 minutes in which to do it. Jonathan Davis, Brian Noble, what chance?
Well, I'm not quite as pessimistic as the sense seems to be. They didn't play particularly well, and the errors that they made, Castleford, were in their own half, which added to the pressure they were under. If they can get some field position, I'm confident they'll score points. If they score first, it's game on.
Yeah, I think attack area, that is where Leeds have dominated, and everything has come from that. So patience, complete the set, field position, and try and just force an error. You know, and that's
there we go. There's an error. Hardaker's dropped that.
Exactly that. You know, that's what they have to do.
3 men in the tackle. Castleford with an early twist of fortune in their favour, and here's Wilden out of dummy half, and Liam Finn wrapped up by a couple of Leeds defenders. Castleford needs something to happen early in this second half. That's a good ball for Holmes to run onto. Ellis quickly darting up at dummy half, spinning it back. Haraki. 4 tackles to go here for Castleford. 4 tackles for Leeds to see out. An attempt by Finn. Maguire drags him in. Clark up at dummy half again now. Oh, the pass is a poor. Massey lets it bounce. The little kick by Shenton. Hardaker takes it behind his own goal line. It was all improvised.
And I think that's the difference at the moment, is the composure and the decision-making in a dangerous area by the half-backs. As I said, you know, Mark Sneed is off, and that's taking the edge off him a little bit. Luke Dawn is coming up instead up near the ruck, not instead of staying out wide. Just keep their composure, Cass. I think John Wilkins said that their time will come. There is momentum is massive in sport.
Here's Burrow. Saw a little opportunity, but the opportunity closed thanks to the work there from Jewett and Webster, and Maguire will just hammer it downfield and make Castleford do the work again here. Carney picks it up.
Great chase that is. That's a great chase. They were all busting their gut to get there.
Interesting to know what the two camps have said in the half-time break. Let's hear what the Leeds camp had to say first of all. Here's Tanyarana.
Well, much as you would expect, Dave, he's told them to keep doing what they're doing, play the game on the front foot, continue to dominate them in the ruck, keep an eye on Darryl Clark and keep them in their own half. On a side note, Brian McDonough's clearly mislaid his accreditation because he nearly wasn't allowed down by the security guard to do that team talk.
Well, you want to be the security guard who got in his way. And Damien, what about Castleford as they... Well, we'll just see if this amounts to anything here on the sixth tackle. Liam Finn with a high kick, Hardaker underneath it, and he should catch that safely. He does, and he's going to be stopped there 15 metres out. So Damien Johnson, what was the news from the Castleford camp at half-time?
Well, we saw Darryl Powell laying down the law to his troops, getting his players refocused for the second half. They need to get back into the game, he says. We've been dominated by Leeds, no mistaking that. Too many mistakes in our own half. We need to improve our kicking and settle very quickly in the second half. They're not doing too badly.
Yeah, but again, Liam Finn's kick at the end didn't put Leeds or Hardaker under any pressure. And again, they're so comfortable in bringing the ball out. Look where they are now.
Delaney punches it inside the Castleford half and puts Castleford back on their heels, which gives Sinfield just a little bit of extra time to get that kick away. It is measured to perfection. Dawn has to pick that up and has to deal with it in the face of that oncoming Leeds line, and that's where they wanted them to start. Quick play the ball, there might be something here, but Carney's wrapped up as well. Leeds are working hard without the ball, not just with the ball.
That's brilliant defence, isn't it, Brian? You know, the chase is good, the tackle is good.
We can talk about the styles of both teams all we want, but Leeds are doing particularly well. He's kicking the ball into a corner and backing themselves. He's getting numbers in blue shirts down there, and this is a tough job for Castleford to not only get out their own half, but clear the ruck even.
Here's Jewett, Lee Jewett, who's on tackle 5, just on the 30-metre mark. So it needs a good kick again here from Finn. And down it goes, downfield. He's found a bit of grass, so and a skip of a bounce as well. So they've got an extra couple of yards from that, but Castleford know that Leeds are coming back at them here in the shape of Briscoe. And it all starts from there, 25 metres out. Maguire is quick.
Guy on the ground again.
Ryan Hall adds impetus and tackle two. And they're already within breathing distance of that halfway line.
And that's just a prime example of what we're talking about. 2 carries have gone over 25 metres on the back of Castleford's chase. So for our viewers watching at home, that relentlessness that Leeds are showing here, Castleford have to do something about that.
This might not yet be a classic final, but boys, at a classic performance by this Leeds Rhinos side so far. Here comes Peacock, propping it forward again.
5, release!
6 tackle, 20 metres out.
Go.
Options, Sinfield, and again, always kicks it out on the full. It's the first mistake that Leeds have made so far today. It's not exactly a huge mistake in terms of what it gives away, but
I got to ask you there, Brian. You know, for me, I don't see any point in that kick. You know, as a coach, when you're in that position, why don't you say, right, let's put it up in the air and make it a competition? There's a chance that we might get something more to score.
Yeah, I think that's the key. He's got a break from here from Jewett, who's particularly good since he entered the field, hasn't he? He's helped Castleford in that area.
Defensively as well, he's done well, Jewett.
There's Clark, a little bit of space in which to run, maybe try to create, but he's pulled down almost by the shorts by Joel Moon, but kept it alive. Castleford working hard here, but Leeds again working hard.
But they're not going forward, Dave. Do the job, go forward, lay the platform first.
Dawn's involved, Shenton, and Shenton with a terrific ball back on the inside. Oliver Holmes is in to score. Castleford's hearts are lifted. Ollie Holmes, over he goes. Just what they needed, just what the final needed at the start of this second half. Castleford are back and fighting.
Out of nothing as well, you know, there was no platform there. It just shows their footballing ability and the quality of, you know, spatial awareness. They knew they went on the left, the break was on, brilliant! You know, support play with this man Holmes. And it's back, this is game on now, and that'll raise the Castleford side and fans.
Well, it's Ellis that creates an overlap for Luke Dawn, and was a little question mark on the pass, but in and out by Michael Shenton, releases Oliver Holmes. Great centre skill from Michael Shenton to get himself away there and find the pass play on the inside.
There's a forward pass, I think that is forward. This is a forward pass. But one-on-one, Callum Watkins is skinned on the outside by Shenton. Great support play. A little bit of magic by Shenton creates that try. And that'll lift the whole stadium, the Castleford fans, the Castleford players. And they will know. They know that Leeds, you know, can't play as well as they did in the first half. They were brilliant in the first half.
Just imagining Steve McNamara, the England coach, watching this in the early hours in Australia. Just making a little note in his notebook there, because those are 2 centres in contention, aren't they, for the 4 Nations at the end of this season. Shenton and Watkins. Morning, by the way, Steve. Hope you're enjoying the final. Here comes Finn with the kick. He's taken over, Liam Finn. In the absence of Sneed, he's not a bad kicker in his own right. But 10 points to Castleford, 16 for Leeds now.
Well, it's a great finish from Castleford. Well, there's the suspect pass, but play on. Michael Shenton plays on. In and out, and Callum Watkins gone. Oliver Holmes supporting on the inside. He's been a fabulous season as Oliver Holmes, and an unsung hero in his Castleford back. But as you say, Dave, game on. And on the back of the first error on one of Sinfield's kicks.
Here goes the voice, just about kept alive by Dawn. Can you actually, is that not a bit cruel, Kevin Sinfield? Can you trace that try back to that moment? Because Castleford would have had the ball anyway, wouldn't they?
It depends where they would have had the ball. Leeds would walk to a scrum and then a bit more vigour on player one. It just a little bit of disruption, handing the ball over. Probably no, you can't, but it's the system, their little machine, as the first time didn't have.
Mistake again, you know.
Tackle's complete, ball squirted out.
From the restart, you know, on the first set. Mistake, knock on, under pressure. And going back to the question I asked you, Brian, as a coach, why do you kick the ball into touch when they're going to give the ball away, rather than just hang it up, put it in the air and compete for it?
Well, I think it's because their last players were rushed. We've seen Castleford Leeds put them under pressure, and I think he was just getting a kick away. I think ideally, if you kick the ball, you kick it with a view to getting it back, i.e. creating a competition, or you kick it for field position.
Here's Joel Moon, all the right decisions that Kevin Sinfield does make in a game. It's a little churlish to hang on that wall, really, isn't it? Here comes Peacock to run it in hard. He's held up 5 metres away from that Castleford line. Leeds looking for a response, looking to re-establish authority here. Maguire lifted by Finn. Good tackle. Excellent response from Cats, but it's a strong response from Leeds here. Here's Ablett looking to force his way in.
They've got to get off the line a bit quicker, Cass. That's the danger here.
Burrow, Maguire. Now it's Moon. Cul-de-sac closed down, but he's got it away. Sinfield throws it out. Hardacre across the line to create some space for Callum Watkins, who's going on the outside of Ellis, who's just about got hold of him. He's not tackled. The pass is a poor one. Castleford have it back again. They survive. And are we just watching? Are we just watching a swing in momentum in this game in these last 2 or 3 minutes?
Injury as well for the Leeds player.
Well, the game certainly come to life, and that score has breathed new life into Castleford. This boy's had a big impact on what he's done coming off the bench and do it.
We talk about the man of the match, the lads told. Lee Jewett's putting himself in the frame here, as Brian was saying, and what a story he's writing of the nightmare time he had at Salford, and then the time in France last year to rediscover his belief and his love of rugby league. Clark, Finn behind the 40, but that's irrelevant because it's a chip straight at Briscoe, who catches it in the deep.
Needs a bit of help, Finn, in the kicking game. He's under pressure, he's the only kicker there, and Leeds are closing him down very quickly. Luke Dawn needs to step in and help him.
Watkins. Hardacre. Looking down the blind side, and he's going to be able to play, is he? No, he's not. The touch judge over there, Robert Hicks, taking a good close look. So it's a twist by Kirk. Castleford are adding a little relish to their defence at the moment.
He's made an impact, too, I'm telling you, defensively and offensively.
Out it comes to Joel Moon on this left-hand side. Gets the arm free. Little flick for Ryan Hall, who's looking to plunder his way in the middle and cause some mayhem. But they're all over him, the Castleford defenders. Is he going to put one out? No, he's not. There it is, completed tackle. Here comes the 6. Burrow again down the blind side. Again it's a kick. And again it's out of play for a Castleford headed feed. Tanya Arnold, news on the touchline, I believe.
Yeah, Greg Delaney, if you notice, just carrying his left arm a bit to Yves, just flexing it and rubbing it. The physio's gone on and had a quick look at it, but I don't think he'll be dragged off at the moment.
I'll tell you what's not been an issue is Craig Hughes' elbow. Has it? It doesn't seem to have been so far in this game. It's holding up well.
I don't think they'd have taken a risk if there was any doubt. He's had a reasonable game, hasn't he? And he's a presence for that Castleford team. So he's been at that club since he was 15. So there's nobody more than him deserves to be out there.
For all Leeds domination in the first half, there is only one score in it now, and Castleford have got their tails up.
This is where Cass have got to just tighten up a little bit in this area and get the kick in.
Leeds moving in quickly. And this big defensive effort here in this set. There's Jewett.
Move, Danny!
Hubie. Oh, it's a dangerous one, and Dawn gets it away, and Shenton's caught it, and he has support here. Oh, he tried to run through him. Still going here, Carney. Tried to run through Briscoe. Briscoe did well to hang on, just. Oh, and the pass is poor on the 6. Finn with a chip and the chase. Liam Finn is taking it superbly, tries to get the pass inside. Hardacre's lost it, but I think the forward pass from Finn will mean it will be a handover for Leeds here. So Leeds have it back again. Now, you were asking the question, Jonathan Davis, about Mark Sneed. Damien Johnson, who's with the Castleford camp today, has the answer. Damien.
Well, we saw him withdrawn in the first half. He's a very creative player, very influential for Castleford this season, but it was purely tactical. He's not injured. We had a word with him down here. He's come off for tactical reasons, and at the moment, Cass not really missing him.
Hold! Go!
Yeah, I think, for me, I think Leeds are so dominant that, they were attacking him defensively. He wasn't getting involved offensively. Tactical decision to pull him off. If Castleford then get momentum and go back on top, I wouldn't surprise them to throw him back on.
Sinfield, Maguire, here's Hardacre, This is Watkins closing in, and Ellis again just wraps around his ankles and pulls him down. And Leeds winding themselves up again here. Maguire to Luluai. Down he goes, 5 gone. Here's Burrow. Maguire with a kick high. Dixon on this near side is going to be challenged by Hall. In fact, nobody went for it. Dixon takes it by his ankles in the end.
It'd be very interesting if Castleford score next and can claw back, level psychologically on Leeds. With the nightmares of the defeats in the final, how will that affect Leeds psychologically?
There's Hubie banging in to the challenge of Luluai. This is Clark. 4 gone, 2 tackles to go, so Castleford in familiar territory here in trying to get out of their own field position, and a kick has gone out on the fall from Jamie Ellis. Under pressure, but
I think that's a bit that Castleford have to clean up. Their last players coming out of their own half in that exit part of the field have been rushed. That was on play 4, he's gone on play 4 there as you try and get the kick away. Take one more, find a system that you can give Finn a chance to kick or Ellis a chance to kick.
There we are.
There's your answer. He's not injured, he's coming back. Mark Sneed.
Sometimes the occasion gets to you,
Here's Watkins. 5 tackles for Leeds. Within 20 metres of this Castleford line. Hammering themselves forward. Burrow has a little glimpse. Collects it from the boots of Delaney. Here's Sinfield. Watkins again. He's been a hero in blue and amber for Leeds despite defeats at Wembley. Scored a couple of tries on this ground a couple of years ago. Here's Maguire across to Ablett. Ablett trying to use a bit of footwork. Hardacre gets it onto Joel Moon. Joel Moon presenting danger. The pass has gone to ground. It's gone backwards. Maguire gets a hold of it. Rather suspect had it gone over the try line then, the ref would have put the arms in the air for us for the video replay, but he's allowed play on here. Sinfield, Hardacre. Can't go back to the video replay now. Hardacre's dragged down.
Great tackle out of Shempton. Great tackle.
Here comes Watkins, flicks it away cleverly. Sinfield, Briscoe, going to be denied. Desperate Castleford defending, more to do, and there is more done.
Brilliant defence, brilliant defence.
They're growing into this game, aren't they, Castleford? They can clean their kicking up. There's no lack of belief in that team.
Well, had the second half played out the way the first half played, I think Castleford would have left here with a lot of regrets about what might have been and how they could have performed. But the way they are performing in this second half, whatever the outcome, I think those regrets are going to be lessened significantly. They are very much involved in this 2014 Tetley's Challenge Cup final. Hubie, oh, a lovely flick away, Mariano.
Well, they're not going to change the way they play, are they?
Jewett again. 4 defenders, they're ganging it up on him now. Sneed with a kick. He's herring after this. That ball's going to hold up short of the goal line. Briscoe picks up cleanly, flings it back to Hardacre. Hardacre has a look to see how far that white wall has advanced.
Release now.
And he gets no further than Jamie Ellis. Burrow. Briscoe.
Good kick from Sneed, wasn't it? Got a good chase, got down.
Better.
He's made an instant difference to the last players of Castleford coming out of their own half.
It's Clark that's gone off as well, isn't it? Sneed having come on, Clark has gone off. Burrow. Maguire. Not quite bossing it as much as they were, Leeds, but still in the box 6. 6 tackle for Sinfield to pump it downfield. Over the head this time with Carney. Is it going to go? Yes, it is. Behind the corner flag. So a tap back on the 20. Not quite the measured accuracy of the first half.
Well, I think it's on the back of what Castleford are doing as well. When they found themselves a decent kick, didn't they, with Mark Sneed, and got some field position, so a little bit more pressure on the Leeds kickers to execute their plays.
Dixon.
Move, Ryan.
Running it away. Finn. Hubie again. They're jumping at him, but he's giving it back, isn't he? Hubie. Is he just carrying that arm? Maybe he is feeling it, finally.
Release. Release. Hold 10, Leeds.
Maybe the elbow is beginning to cause a problem.
Still 3.
Finn stepping away from Paul Ayton, who's on the field. I know we'll have a lot of viewers in Papua New Guinea, where rugby league is the national sport, and he becomes, Paul Ayton, the first Papua New Guinean Wembley finalist here today. A couple of them have played in Challenge Cup finals. Marcus Bay and Adrian Lamb, the two, but Paul Ayton the first at Wembley. There's a big kick downfield, which is taken by Hardacre. And Castleford right up in his face.
That is a good tackle.
Not so many blue shirts behind the ball now as well either. It's the occasion, it's the...
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Very nearly an hour played. Burrow, Bailey to his right, but he's gone left. Fancy taking on some of these big men down the middle, but they respond. Newby seems okay again. Here comes Bailey now. One way for him, straight and forward. Sixth tackle. Sinfield jabbed again, and just carefully, considerably finding touch this time. Robbie Hunter, Paul, what are you saying down on the touchline?
Well, there's a situation that Brian Noble will be really familiar with, and that was 2003, that Challenge Cup final, where actually we were 6 points up against the Leeds Rhinos, and they were pressuring us. And I've got to just say, that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the team that's actually in front. Castleford, in this last 20 minutes of this game, they're going to have a real dig to pull back those 6 points. Leeds need to grit their teeth and play out their sets and do exactly what they're still doing, but do it for the entirety of the rest of this game.
Carney always has tried an offload, and it's just put his side under a bit of pressure, and Luke Dawn was able to clear up the damage and almost turn it into something a little magical as well. But
there's no need for that. That'll go well. He's thinking, I'm hang on to that ball.
Wait, go, 2. Third.
Carney again.
Release. Go, 3. 4. Move. Square, Callum. Go, 4.
Replacement for Castleford Tigers off the field, number 16, Oliver Holmes. On in his place, number 12,
Finn pumping it high. Hardacre has to backtrack, catches it simply. And he's rattled again as he brings it forward.
Which player's going to do it? Who's going to break the game open? It's going to be a player, it's going to be an incident, it's going to be a drop ball, it might be the bounce of the ball. It's getting all so nervous now, isn't it?
They're going to hang on, you know, the last 20 minutes, there'll be a lot of tired legs out there. Someone like Burrow or Clark, a bit of magic.
Here is Burrow, here's Peacock. Look at that for an effort, look at that for an effort. Taking it to the halfway line, landed on his front, up he gets, plays it as quickly as he can. Burrow goes skipping forward again, and he runs into the man who wears the 10 on the other side, Craig Hubie. And Rob Burrow knows he's been hit. Sinfield again with that rolled ball across the green carpet of Wembley. Dawn was thinking about letting it go, decided he had to pick it up.
Release, lads. Square markers. He's coming forward.
From far out, you know, that's a good kick, isn't it? From that distance out, the chase is very good, and you've got to come, you know, from that corner, which is always so daunting to bring it up from the corner. And that's where they have got the edge, you know, the back three of Hall, Hardacre and Briscoe. You see they make a lot of yardage. Cass have struggled a little bit.
There's Dixon.
Hands, Carl.
Need a good drive here now.
4 tackles gone. There's a decent drive that just puts Leeds back. Another stride or two. You can see they're both equal in terms of tackles made and tackles missed. The kick always just bounces in the field of play. It's not a 40-20, but well, Rain Hall was asking the referee to go for the video ref because he thought it went out on the full.
And again, as Brian said, that last kick.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Did it hit the line? Oof, just. I think Joe Cobb's having a decent game on the touchline, isn't he? He's just got that right as well.
Great decision from the touchy.
His flag needs a bit of maintenance.
Needs a bit of help.
Yeah, it would have been if it had hit the line.
If players keep their shirts, I wonder if touch judges keep their flags and put them in cupboards. That was my Wembley flag, that. Barrow. Hall. 16 minutes of the game to play out.
Well, the two previous games have seen me very close with these two, Dave, hasn't it? So a draw and a 2-point win for Leeds, wasn't it? So
stay low, lads, stay low. 2.
The draw would take us to a replay, by the way. There's no golden point. Extra time in the Challenge Cup final. It's the only rugby league game domestically that doesn't have a golden point conclusion in knockout football. Here's Barrow. Replay will be at Bramall Lane, September the 3rd. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Sinfield. Here's Maguire. Hardaker. Joel Moon running into that little pocket. Second attempt wasn't there in the tackle, maybe?
No, he wasn't tackled.
Sixth tackle coming up. Maguire puts it through. Just Buchanan's chasing this and torn again. Well, glad in the first place to have caught it.
that's a good kick. That's a great kick. A good communication and a brilliant chase.
Drop out underneath the sticks, conceded.
Bailey and George Buchanan, just watch. Absolutely nothing you can do there. You get smashed. Perfectly weighted kick and a great chase.
Time off. Turn here, mate. Turn here.
Taking their time as they're allowed to do.
Darryl Powell rolled the dice now because he's thrown Clark back out there. 15 minutes to go.
He's had his chest, he's had his rest, so now Clark.
Jimmy Peacock climbing into him again. Paul Ayton up at dummy half.
I'd go for the drop goalie on my last tackle, I think. Even at this stage of the game, if I've got a field position, I would go drop goal.
Sinfield.
If you don't get anything.
Here's Watkins. Watkins is large and looming, but is dragged down. Just about. Sinfield again. Jones Buchanan. Castleford hanging on. Cannot afford to go 2 scores behind at this stage of the game. Leeds desperately looking for a bit of comfort again. Ayton, across it goes to Ryan Hall. Hall dragging defenders with him, over and scores here. And Ryan Hall has just scored his 199th career try. His second today at Wembley. And again, he owes so much to brute strength.
Out of nothing. That is absolutely out of nothing. First try was just all power, determination, and this is the same. There he comes. That's just, you know, it's very difficult to handle him. You've got to try and nail him, you've got to try and put him on the deck. Go high again on him, he pushes you off, and he's away.
Well, there's everything in there. There's a see you later from his right hand on Finn to get rid of him. Webster tries and claws him, and his legs keep him going, and then he just dips his nose down, gets his body linked. What's that? See you later, Finn. Got you, Jake Webster. Araki tries to come off and make an effort. He's just too strong.
Well, we mentioned that, you know, the press are picking a Lance Todd. Tell you what, he has had a huge game. When he's been called into this game, he's been brilliant. He's returned the ball, made a lot of yardage, and he's had 2 crucial tries. He's definitely up there, in my estimation, for the Lance Todd.
Kevin Sinfield uttering a few words to himself here to settle his nerves and settle his mind ahead of this kick. Just putting it further out of reach of Castleford. If he lands this from the touchline again, he struck it. Well, is it going to go in? No, it's not. Oh, it is! 2 posts and in. Hits the left, hits the right, then drops over. Took an awful lot of time to think about it.
Is that a sign?
There's been nothing aesthetically pleasing necessarily about Ryan Hall's 2 tries today, but they have both been brutally impressive, haven't they?
He's a great finisher. That's why he's near 200. 1 for 200, is it? And if he gets a hat-trick today, wow, what a performance.
Hat-trick today would also give him 200 career tries. So what a way to reach that number.
Yeah, nice place to get it.
Shenton. What response from Castleford? Have they got it in their hearts to lift themselves again in the 12 minutes that remain to score at least twice here? They'll give it a go.
Release!
Here's Clark. Finn, just a little drop of the shoulder, evading the tackle. Clark again. 20 metres away, but only one tackle left in this set. Sneed, putting it high. Have a go at that one, Carney. He's knocked it backwards, but there are plenty of Leeds players there to make sure it is safe back in blue and amber arms once again. McDermott down on the touchline.
Second, release, hold.
Leeds
Keep it clean.
looking to be strong here in this set.
10. Goal, 3.
Aiton.
4. Okay, Mike. Hold 10.
It's young Liam Sutcliffe who's on the pitch, isn't it? Ablett. Not going far.
5. Weller.
Pal ever anxious as he watches down from his Wembley eyrie. Sinfield's kick is charged down, and Mariano dropping on it.
Good play by Clark there,
Good
closing
result.
down, yeah.
Well, that's a big boost for Castleford. My word.
2 now. Back up.
Clark again at dummy half.
2 goal.
Bonus position granted here. Jewett.
Jamie.
Here's Clark again. Little dash by Sneed. Big effort made as well.
Good play, Howard.
Dawn's quick to his feet. Shenton.
They're winning.
Cross the line. Haraki quickly away. Webster stepping inside. Too many Leeds defenders around him. So here comes the last play of the game, or the last play of the 6, I should say. Haraki onto Finn. Finn with a chip over the top. Up go the arms. Back it comes into Lee's hands. Sinfield has it knocked away. It would have been a knock on anyway. And Castleford give up position and possession.
Well, they had the chance there.
2. Move now.
10 minutes left to play. Here's Briscoe. Running across that line. Oh, hey! You don't aim for Justin Carney, do you?
No, you wouldn't be giving him a target running across field, do you?
Here's Luluai.
4. Release.
Driving it forward again, and Leeds re-establishing that efficient holding pattern. Jones Buchanan.
It's strange, you know, they kind of deviated a little bit away from their game plan. There's a couple more passes.
Maguire kicks it away. Luke Dawn is going to take this safely enough and runs it back and looks a little outside, and suddenly Castle got to start swinging the arm a little. Shenton has it knocked down, I think, by Luluai. Oh, referee says play on.
I think that was a knock on.
Yeah, me too. That's a big moment in the game.
Yeah.
2. Move. Darryl, wait for it now. Wait for it.
Look at this. Has he got it knocked down?
Yeah, it's a knock on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Move, Craig.
But it has given Leeds this position. Aiton. Maguire onto Ablett. Hardacre joining in again. Tries to put the step on one of Haraki.
Release.
Former teammate.
Hold. Go.
Ablett. Maguire.
Now.
Sinfield is in position. Watch this. Sinfield is in position. Just give it to him.
Relax.
Well, they're going to have to take their time. There's an injury here. Danny Maguire is looking a long way away from being comfortable as well.
Sinfield is ready and waiting.
Just say, you've got a hand in the face on our head. Just leave it.
So what happened here? What happened here?
I think he just fallen on his...
I think Aiton's head caught him in the ribs, I think.
So Maguire getting treatment here. It's going to be held up a little. There's a young man who'll be enjoying the day. Harry Jepson, the Leeds president. 1934 he came to his first Challenge Cup final, and he hasn't missed many since. 81 years ago. And Alex Murphy is just pointing out, you're on the telly, Harry. Look, up on a big screen. There you are.
The two of them nearly signed me. One for St Helens and one for Leeds. Harry Jepson nearly got me to Leeds.
Two great characters of the game, those two.
Yep.
Jamie Peacock stalking around amongst his teammates. He's making sure they don't lose their concentration. It's a twist here, isn't it? Double twist. There's been plenty of big impacts, big collisions here today. So here we go. Maguire's okay for the time being. Sinfield was looking for the drop goal, lost the position. This is Ryan Hall, bounces it back to Sinfield again. Sinfield with a little chip over the top. Dixon quick to react, throws it inside for Dawn. Dawn trying to step away from Jones Buchanan, bowls it away to Dixon. Dixon throws it to that left-hand side. Sneed joins in now. That was good from Castleford in desperate circumstances.
Great chase by Cass to close Sinfield down.
Second. Okay, Kylie.
Here's Clark at dummy half. Finn. Dawn. Carney. Swinging off a couple of attempted tackles, but finding that they've recovered their poise pretty quickly. Haraki. Decent hard break by him. 4 tackles gone there. Oh, and it's a terrible... Well, I was going to say it's a terrible play the ball by Haraki, but the referee's given him a penalty.
Well, his penalty. Got some field position. Now on air the Cass. This set, they need to score.
Need to score, yes.
Liam Finn puts it out of play.
Yeah, foot was in the moon.
Clark to Massey.
Move, Jamie! Hold!
This is Clark. Here's Finn. Trying to work things here. Trying to make things happen. Webster with a desperate offload. Somehow they keep possession. Another set of 6 because it got a Leeds touch there. Haraki picks himself up and plays it. Sneed across to Hubie. Hubie. Setting up that central position. Midpoint of the field, midpoint of the Leeds half. Massey runs it back from whence it came. 3 tackles to go in the set. Clark spinning it along to Sneed. Sneed, a couple of dummy runners there. Dawn can't shake off the attentions of Danny Maguire, who for my money has had an outstanding game today. Danny Maguire. So many areas. Here's Sneed. Nowhere to go, nowhere to go. But there's still tackles in the back. Clark working that blind side again. Here's Dawn with the offload. It went backwards. Clark. Home, Finn. Out to Shenton. Shenton batting away the attentions of Watkins. But while he was doing that, there were another couple of these players coming across quickly.
Blue shirts everywhere, aren't there?
Final tackle. Finn finds a gap. Puts the kick in. Maguire's there. Simple catch by him.
And you know, the Leeds defence has been solid, but that has been the difference with the axis of Maguire, Burrow and Sinfield, and the kicking and the execution on the last tackle has been the difference.
Second. Move, Nathan.
Maguire feeling that earlier injury. Here's Jones Buchanan. 5 minutes left to play in this game. It's a penalty here for Leeds. And the ladies and gentlemen of the press, the Rugby League Writers Association have made their choice of Lansdowne Trophy winner today, the man of the match winner, Ryan Hall. He becomes only the 6th Leeds player to win that trophy for his 2 tries, which have made such a difference in this game.
In a great team performance, the impact that he has made, you know, he deserves that accolade.
The last 2 Leeds players to win it, Gary Connolly in 2003, Kevin Sinfield in 2005, were on the losing side. But surely Leeds' dismal record in this century, in Challenge Cup finals, is coming to its conclusion here today. Here's Ablett. The Leeds Leeds chant ringing around Wembley Stadium now. Peacock. Has he been off the field today, Jamie Peacock, apart from a half-time break? He has. Here's Aiton. Sinfield, again thinking about the drop goal. He can't do it. Danny Maguire might. Danny Maguire adds the final point, and look at that celebration. Now they can let themselves enjoy this moment, which has been 14 years in the making.
As I said, that has been a difference, hasn't it? You know, those two, Sinfield, he knows he's on his shoulder. Lovely struck, drop goal, and they know it. That is it. That is when they can relax a little bit and know they have won a Tetley's Challenge Cup.
42 losing cup final medals between this Leeds 17. As a collective, as a group, they have never lifted the Challenge Cup. This time, so much different to all the other times. This generation of Leeds players will go down in memories as Wembley winners. Jamie Peacock, very much the heart of it. Danny Maguire, likewise.
Leeds Rhinos number 5, Ryan Hall.
The announcement that Ryan Hall is the Leinster Trophy winner. Rob Burrow, another of those who was involved back in 2004, the grand final win that set in motion this decade or so of Leeds success. Looking forward today has never given them any Wembley memories to savour.
It'll take a good side to beat them as well in the Super League.
Jones Buchanan is bursting through.
Good tackle.
He too was involved in 04. This is Aiton. Sutcliffe, the young man of this group, only 19 years of age. Aiton. Peacock. Castleford.
There he goes.
Will keep their resistance to the end, but Peacock wants a try here. Jamie Peacock wants a try. On the occasion of his 250th Leeds appearance, by the way.
The shot on the left side.
Aiton spins it away. Hardacre has got a bit of space in which to work. He's going to be held up. Back you go. 10 yards further back to play the ball now.
Last tackle.
There have been moments in the game which have hinted at it being the classic that we hope for, but it's never quite flourished fully as the truly memorable contest. But it will go down as one of the very good Wembley performances, especially the first half by Leeds, who have been ruthlessly efficient throughout, who have been tested.
He's run Ryan Hall close, this guy, Dan Maguire. He's been phenomenal.
It's been, as Dave's been saying, it's been a great team effort from Leeds, hasn't it? And a machine-like performance. It's got the flair we're used to seeing this team play with, but they had a job to do. They've got the monkey off their back now. They've got to get the winner's medal.
One job to do, climb those steps. And that's not a bad job on a Saturday afternoon when those steps are at Wembley Stadium and bathed in sunshine, as they are at the moment.
Luke, get back!
And your ribbons wrapped around the cup.
Even in, less than a minute to go. The line speed defensively is brilliant.
Darrell Clarke wants to put his mark on this Wembley occasion.
And I think that's the first time he's made a break from the play of the ball.
Penalty goes Castleford's way. They're going to take it quickly, even though we're in the last 6 here. Clarke will pump it downfield. Hardacre will just welly this out of play, surely. There goes the kick. There goes the hooter. And there goes the hoodoo. The golden generation finally has its golden fleece. They have Wembley Cup final winners' medals to add to their collection. Leeds and the Challenge Cup, finally 3 words you can put in the same sentence as success. Rob Burrow's been there from the start. So many others in this team have been there from the start as well. And finally they have their day in the sunshine to lift the Tetley's Challenge Cup.
Phenomenal performance, certainly deserved, and it's nice to see players like Kevin Sinfield, win this prize. Fantastic performance, a great side.
Brian, many congratulations. You've spoken so many times over the years about what a special group of players this is. How proud of you are them today?
Yeah. I want to say that was just an epic game. Castleford give that a real good go. They'll be hurting Cass. We've been there ourselves, as everybody knows in the world. But we're not there today, and I'm that happy for the players. I'm happy for those that have been there so many occasions. And it's not a nice place to lose this. It's a horrible place to lose. And I'm really pleased for all those people up there. They've had to endure a hell of a lot over the last few years, and we've done it.
You look incredibly emotional, I have to say.
Yeah. There's a bit in there. I'm not going to bubble in front of you though, Tanya, you know. I'll leave that behind closed doors, but this has been a long time coming for the club, and I'll probably underestimate how big a thing there is for the club, and there's far better people and far more qualified people can tell you what it means to the club than me, because I've only been here an eye blink of a time. But I've endured some great times and some horrible times with this group of people, and it continues, and I'm just immensely privileged to be involved with them.
And did you feel that there were questions to answer? We all kept talking about hoodoos and all of that. Did you feel you needed to answer that?
Well, we've been here 6 times and lost, so I think the answer to that is yes, isn't it? Listen, we'll go back to what we said before. And the players, I've been in the room with the players enough times when they've said, look, we've had a fantastic career and it's been brilliant. They won the grand final 6 times. So you've got to qualify. It meant a level up. I don't know whether you're going to start talking about monkey on the backs, but it just makes that silverware cabinet look a bit more prettier today.
Enjoy celebrating, Brian. Congratulations. Let's bring in the man of the match, Ryan Orr, getting a hug from his coach there. Ryan, many congratulations. Finally, you're a Challenge Cup winner.
Oh no, thank God. I've been here so many times, and lost on each occasion. But this one, it's made it all the more special to win. I won 6-time lucky.
Is there a sense of relief?
No, there's not. A sense of enjoyment. I've thoroughly enjoyed all the week building up and every round we've gone through this year, because we had the sense of belief that we could win it, even though we had this hoodoo about us. But no, that was really put to one side. That sense of sheer enjoyment that I've got now.
And what about those 2 tries? Just nobody was going to stop you.
No, well, it seemed that way, didn't it? But yeah, I just do my bit for the team, and obviously that was ultimately enough to get the job done.
I have to say, you look like a bulldozer, though.
Yeah. Well, the guys turn me up and get me out there. Yeah.
And how special are these celebrations going to be, given what you've gone through?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's not going to be. Yeah, we're going to let loose a little bit. The lads made up one of these boring parody accounts on Twitter for me this week. But if that's boring, I'll take that any day.
Right, congratulations. Let's bring in the captain, Kevin Soonfield. Kevin, I know you said that this would not be career-defining, but you must have dreamed a fair few times about finally getting to lift that cup.
Yeah, we've been here a few times, obviously, and come away with second prize. So to finally get over the line, this one we were really relaxed about it, and like I said, in the press, it's not been a crusade at all. We wanted to win it for the right reasons, and I think it just shows sometimes you have to persevere at whatever it is to come through, and people in their lives will have to face it at some stage, and to lead a side out 5 times and have to walk off having lost is tough, and it sticks with you. But hopefully for all our fans and families and friends, today makes up for it.
Back in 1999, when you were left out, you've talked in the past about that being a defining moment for you, for pushing you on. Is this payback almost for you?
No, it's not payback. By the way, in 99, I was just a squad player. With 2000, the one that hurt when I got left out, and it's not payback at all. This trophy has always meant something to us all, and I think every single one have got a bit of history with it, whether it's lost once or twice or 5 like a few of us have. So to finally crack it, it's not only great for us as a group, but as a club, I think the club deserves it, by the way. But our fans, to come here so many times and have to get that long journey home, having paid all their hard-earned money, it's tough for them, but hopefully today they'll be smiling.
Many congratulations. Enjoy picking up that trophy.
Thank you. Cheers, Sam.
Well, as these Castleford players come through and collect their losers' medals here, let's not forget the journey they have been on to get here. The journey they are still on, as the guys in the studio are saying. They've still got a big season ahead of them. Very much involved in the top 4. The struggle for a place in the top 4 and the top 8 playoffs. They could still be champions this year And Leeds could still do the double this year now.
Yeah, I think, you know, Castle surprised everyone, played very good football, and you know, they can use it as a springboard for the Super League and for next season. So, and for this group of players, they've been on the other side of the fence, and losing in the final at Wembley is, as I know, is not a nice feeling. On this, you have to savour these moments in sport, because you know, they are very, very special moments.
Well, Kevin Sinfield's had quite a career. 487th appearance today, 3,651 points. You can measure his career in terms of numbers, but you can also now measure his career in terms of success in grand finals and Challenge Cup finals, as he leads his team towards that trophy. Paul Caddick, the chairman of the club, with a hug there for Kevin Sinfield, a shake of the hand of all those dignitaries. Mal really will be handing that trophy over to him in just a second. The winner's medal hung around his neck. He seemed destined never to stand there and lift that trophy, but this is what the good times look and feel like, Leeds. For this generation of Leeds players, Wembley memories are finally made of this.
So I can say this is a great Leeds side, and when you look at these youngsters, we've seen them come, you know, play and come to the Leeds ranks in the last decade or so. Brilliant side, brilliant feeling, and you know, special moments.
Jamie Peacock waiting, Rob Burrow, a little man there, lifting it high. Jamie Peacock, he's had that trophy a couple of times as a winner, but not with his boyhood dream team of Leeds. Zach Hardacre, Kylie Luluai, 3 times a loser with Leeds before, but let's forget that loser's tag now. Paul Ayton, the first Papua New Guinean to celebrate at Wembley with that trophy. Brett Delaney, who passed a little landmark as well today. No Australian has played in the Wembley final more times than him. And Ryan Bailey, who was from that class of 2004. Tom Briscoe here last year as a loser with Hull all along the line. Joel Moon, he thinks it's always like this. He's not been here very long. He's never been involved in a defeated final before. Liam Sutcliffe, 19 years of age. What a future for him. And all along the line it goes. Callum Watkins, who scored a couple of tries at Wembley before, but he doesn't mind he's not scored today. And Jamie Jones Buchanan, one of the real characters. One of the real characters in that Leeds team. And here's the coach. Go on, coach. You have a celebrate. Wow. Leeds fans love that. Brian McDermott is writing quite a chapter of his own in the coaching history books as well. Grand finals and now a Challenge Cup. Mal really hanging the medal around his neck, and he'll be a very, very proud coach tonight, I'm sure. He will pay tribute. Sean Edwards there, the most decorated Wembley finalist, of course. Gary Schofield, Leeds legend. He'll be enjoying the moment as well. So Leeds, the winners, and you have to say, Jonathan Davis, on the strength of their first half performance, deserved winners as well today.
Yeah, I thought a fantastic first half performance. You know, just didn't make any mistakes, didn't allow Castleford to play. They closed Clark down. The line speed was immense. You know, the kick and chase was good. Did everything so well, and they just kicked on in the second half. It was a phenomenal performance, and I have to say, it's, you know, the last Super League decade, this has been the best side, and it's nice to see them win the Challenge Cup final. They are now, you know, they're a great side.
6 times in the 21st century they've been to a final and lost. Today, it's 7th heaven. That cup is not leaving Kevin Sinfield's arms for an awful long time. Well done to Leeds. They have finally lifted Rugby League's most glittering piece of silverware.
congratulations. How does it feel to finally have lifted that trophy?
It's unbelievable. It's a pretty, I'm lost for words. I'm absolutely knackered, but it was a really tough game. Really tough game. Physical, energy sapping, but we managed to hold on, and then a little sneaky drop goal at the end, which I'm really happy with as well. But for 117, our backroom staff, and then obviously the fans today have been brilliant. So special. It's took a long time to achieve the goal, but we've got a few silver ones, so I can't speak neither. But it's a great feeling.
How are the ribs, by the way?
I think I cracked about 3 ribs. I heard them crunch, but I can't feel the pain now because I'm not happy.
And what is it like to celebrate with the fans, given all the heartache you have gone through here?
Yeah, it's brilliant. This competition's been, you know, we've just fallen at the final hurdle a number of times, but today's special now. We can enjoy this, and it's a great place to win, and obviously Cas deserve a lot of credit. Great year so far, but obviously we're delighted to win.
I know you want to go on and win more medals, but I remember talking to you a couple of years ago. This was what you wanted so much, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've been striving for it for a long time. There's, you know, 5 or 6 of us in there that have been working hard and not been able to get our hands on it, but today dreams can come true, so really happy.